Hello all and welcome to today's beer review. It's actually daytime and it's my Friday, which is Wednesday. And I'm going to review a beer, and I know I said I wasn't going to be reviewing much more. Well, plans have changed a little bit. I'm going to be doing the first of what I call commemorative reviews for my hen Cordon Bleu, who passed away this morning. You might recall her as one of the chickens that was behind me in some of my reviews. She ate something that was indigestible, either like a piece of metal or a piece of glass or something, and so she stopped eating after it got trapped in her gizzard and passed away. And yeah, so I really want to drink, and I'm going to start now. So the first review is for this afternoon, and starting with the local beer here. This is Maui Brewing Company's S-Turns Hazy India Pale Ale. 6.4 ABV, and if I remember, it's either 50 or 60 IBUs. This was the first of the series, and the Mosaic was actually the second of the series, which I reviewed earlier. This is the first of the series that I guess somebody, a second run was canned and given to like Whole Foods because they still had this on the bottom shelf. This was canned on the 30th of January, so it's been some time. But I would be hesitant to go and review a West Coast style or something really focusing on fresh hops. But this is a beer that is more on the fruity side, so it's okay to have it a few months old, I think, anyways. So let's read the label, shall we? Simcoe S-Turns Simcoe India Pale Ale brewed with Simcoe, Simcoe Syro, Eldorado, and Huel Melon hops. Resinous with the light tropical esters of pineapple, mango, lychee, and passion fruit. That sounds like something I might have reviewed already. I don't know. This might be the first thing where I've accidentally reviewed something that I've already reviewed. This might have been released before, or they used something I recall was Huel Melon hops, and it's like, you don't forget a name like Huel Melon hops. Anyways, let's just get to this, shall we? So, nice light, translucent, yellow with hints of orange, nicely carbonated, with a fizzy to frothy white head that is big on tropical fruit. Pretty much what it says on the label. Yeah, definitely lychee is in there. Some hints of mango. Yeah, that's pretty much spot on what it said on the label there. Lychee, mango. It says pineapple. I'm a little bit more iffy on that. But really, really tropical smelling. Okay, let's go and see how this is on the palate. Very little hop bitterness. I mean, it's there in the front, and then diminishes in the mids, and even in the finish. Almost completely gone by the time of the finish. Malts are crackerita bready. Actually on the drier side compared to how tropical fruity it smells in the nose. Some juicy notes in the fronts into the finish. It's almost as juicy as it is hoppy. honestly is not very exciting in the mouth or in the palate. Sort of really one note. All the excitement's in the top notes there. You know, all that tropical fruit flavors. Big burst to smell. But otherwise pretty tame on the tongue. I mean, I've had a bit more bitter bite from actual pale ales. That's not to say that there's any off notes or anything. It's just kind of, like I said, one note in the mouth, which may be a strength to some people, but it's okay to me. And Chicken has decided to go and... I'll be out in a bit, Parma. Parma, no. Stop interrupting the review. Just chicken things. She's just, from the sounds of it, she either wants food or she just laid an egg and she wants to announce it to me. Did you lay an egg? Or are you just here to go and give an honor and a shout out to dear departed Cordon Bleu? Who knows? If you think this is loud, my glass door is closed. The thing was open. This little girl's got a heck of lungs on her, man. Back to the beer. As I said before, interesting on the nose, kind of one note on the palate. Part of that might be that it's almost 6 months old at this point, so a lot of more volatile notes have dissipated, but would have made it perk up a bit more in the mouth. Could have used just a little bit more hop bitterness, and I know this is strange for me saying this, but it would definitely give it a nice contrast to the more nose, higher notes. As it is right now, kind of comes across as just maybe a bit too malty, even for hazy style. Again, age might have something to do with this. Now, if you want a New England style IPA that has very little bitterness to it, this is definitely one to go for. Get all that nice fruit notes, you know, tropical fruit notes, that nice juiciness, just only a hair of that sort of tannic bitterness. So, all in all, that's your beer review for this afternoon. There will be another beer review, well actually 2 beer reviews tomorrow, because I will be reviewing sours, which tend to be light ABV, and thus I can easily review 2 of them back to back, especially on a full stomach. And so that is a limited release Maui Brewing Company S-Turns Hazy India Pale Ale. You might find this on the bottom shelf at, you know, Whole Foods or other fine bottle shops. I don't believe it's, you know, it's a limited run, and that run ended quite some time ago, so, you know, this is just me kind of covering all the bases. I try to review as many local beers, especially the canned and bottled ones that sell at the supermarket, and as possible. So that's a beer review, and Cordon Bleu, this first one's here to you. Cheers, my chunky chicken.